Back to business, Edwards. Vacation's over. I'll tell you like we told AC. Vacation's over. Back to work.
Back to work.
Back to work.
Let's go.
Well, it's back to work for kind of, because we're going to cover Saturday night CWF here. And the only reason why and it's my fault, the only reason why we're only covering Saturday night CWF is because due to my vacation, I have not had a chance to watch last week's episode yet. So I'm going to catch up on that in the morning. And then a programming note, because of my work schedule, I do not get off work until 9:30 Eastern. So I will not be starting to watch CWF until about 9:40 Eastern. So I'm literally going to clock out from work and jump from one computer to the other on the other side of the room to watch that episode. So we will be, I guess, starting forward, we'll be going live at about 10:30, quarter to 11 Eastern. It's a little bit late, I know, but it's the only way we could do the show live the same night and have it still be fresh in our minds, I guess, Because I'm sitting here looking at my notes for this Saturday nights thing, and it's kind of hard to visualize it in my brain as I look at these notes. Maybe I should have gone back and watched it, but I was on vacation last week spending quality family time, which consisted of me sitting in front of a Golden Tee golf machine for about 3 days.
Only you, White. Only you would go to a hotel and fall in love with a video game and spend your time there.
Here's the deal about the resort. You paid your night stays or whatever, and then you could pay a resort fee, which was like $42 for the whole week. And that got you unlimited access to miniature golf, unlimited access if you wanted to go hit the tennis court, and then my favorite, which was unlimited access to their arcades. They had 2 rooms filled with arcade games. So I consisted basically of the 3 days I was there. If I wasn't swimming or sleeping, I was playing pinball or Golden Tee. I mean, so in Golden Tee, if anybody, just look it up. It's a fun game to play. I first actually got introduced to it way back in the day. I don't know, back when MTV was actually good. They did the first one. They did that True Life documentary show. I don't know if you remember or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they did one called True Life, I'm a Gamer, and one of them was about a guy who basically had no job. He played Golden Tee for a living. He would basically go to bars. Everybody would bet on Golden Tee while they were drinking, and they'd have 4 and 5 machines going and do like one-night tournaments and shit.
Ah.
And this guy that they had, and I was like, fuck, man, I could get into a game like that. It's a fucking trackball game, but it's harder than it looks. But anyway, how was your week?
My week was shitty. Figuratively and literally. You did a great job on the video explanation of the shitty week I had.
Oh.
But, $1,500 later, and my shit is in altogether now.
Jeez, last time I checked, you said it was only $1,000. Would they up at $500?
Well, that day was $1,000.
Jesus, man.
The 2 days prior for the emergency service.
That's why you got to start renting.
It's too late now, White.
Have somebody come clean up your shit for you. Edwards has to clean up his own shit.
My shit's together, White. I got my shit together now, White.
So
we're good now.
He was up Schitt's Creek without a paddle for last week. That's why we didn't do a show at all last week.
That's exactly right.
We were going to bump it, and then he's like, nope, the shit just won't stop pouring.
The shit hit the fan, White.
The shit hit the fan. Oh, so I have to ask, it was backing up into your house, I take it?
No. See, here's the good news.
Okay.
Load of laundry. We have a drain in the basement. It started backing up with water.
Okay,
so it wasn't shit water, thankfully.
Yeah, thank God.
So I figured it was just blocked. So I tried to snake it. No luck. Decided to call Roto-Rooter. He came out and ran 90 feet into my pipe that goes out to our septic tank here. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the septic tank is about 110 feet away from the house. Yes, it's very far.
Jeez.
So, long story short, he ran out there and checked the tank, and he said, when did you get this pumped last? And I said, 2 years ago. Why? Oh, it's overflowed. It's got to be your drainage. And sure enough, that's what it was. So it's everything outside of the septic tank that was backed. It was backing the whole line up, basically.
Oh, man, that's That's craziness, man. I mean, what was it?
Yeah.
What was it blocked with? That's what I want to know. If it's nothing but liquid running out of there, you know. I hate to be
Yeah.
graphic, but what hair, you know.
Just anything, food, old food, you know what I'm saying? Like just
Oh
anything that
man,
would trap down in there. Yeah.
I
It
feel,
was pleasant. It was pleasant. Yeah.
I feel sorry for those guys who had to snake your shit out.
Well, they got paid for it.
They have $1,500 to wade in your shit. I don't think that's
That's right.
enough. I can see Jeff Edwards out there with a. Jeff Edwards is like De Niro and Meet the Parents. I need my cesspool pump now.
That's right. The truck was backing up. I'm going, no, 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 no.
That's my favorite part of that that whole movie. And then he fucking flips the cigarette and lights the gazebo on fire.
It is that's a classic movie.
I love that movie. And people said De Niro couldn't do comedy.
Oh, yeah.
De Niro's
Totally.
so awesome. And that movie is nothing without Bob De Niro. I mean, for real. But
Yep.
speaking of classic entertainment,
Yes.
classic comedy, but a touch of seriousness,
Okay.
we had Saturday night's CWF, which aired last Saturday. I want to say it was on wasn't the 3rd, was it? It was the Saturday before.
It was the 27th.
The 27th. So that was the day, folks. Jeff had literally been dealing with this shit for a week.
Mm-hmm.
So the 27th, he calls me. He goes, I know we're supposed to do a show tonight, but my septic tank is backed up. Can we push this back? And to tell you the truth, man, until you messaged me, I'd forgotten all about it. Because I'm not used to Saturday night CWF. So
Right.
it escaped my mind. And I'm like, pardon the pun, I literally was like, oh shit, that's right, we were supposed to do a show. But Edwards is claiming fault for not doing one, so I said, okay, fine.
I'll take the blame, White.
Take the blame.
Let me take the blame.
Thank you. There you go, Edwards. So the show opens up with the classic NBC logo saying that we interrupt our scheduled programming, I guess it was, to bring you this NBC special, which is exactly what they did on Saturday night's main event back in the day, because people were hoping I can only imagine it's like when you fucking tune in, for non-wrestling fans, when you would tune in expecting to see Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy playing buckwheat, and instead, oh fuck, that's right, it's the goddamn wrestling this week.
Actually, I don't know. Back then, they were probably excited for the Saturday Night Live preemption.
Well, who was on the cast of Saturday Night Live back in the day?
Well, CWF had this initially from May 27th of 1987. So 1987, I don't know if that's
Let me look
post Eddie Murphy, or
It might be.
that might have been the start of, like the Dana Carvey era, maybe. I could be wrong about that, but
And I'm a huge Saturday Night Live mark for that time.
it kind of blurs together though.
Let me look here. It was Dana 87 to 88 that season. Depending on when it was, if it was summertime, then you would have gotten reruns. But you're looking at Dana Carvey, Nora Dunn, Phil Hartman, John Lovitz, Dennis Miller, Kevin Nealon, Victoria Jackson, stuff like that. You had Steve Martin hosting during this time, Sean Penn. So
That was a good cast.
it was a good cast. Robin Williams hosted it in '88. So, I mean, Phil Hartman was good.
Yeah.
Played a good Bill Clinton. Dana Carvey, of course. You had Wayne's World, pre-Wayne's World, Dana Carvey.
Yes. Pre Mike Myers, probably.
Yeah. John Lovitz, who I think is very underrated as an SNL cast member from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, I honestly have no idea who Nora Dunn, Jan Hooks, Victoria Jackson faintly, but Kevin Nealon, an SNL staple. I mean, so...
Mm-hmm.
And you had the featuring cast was A. Whitney Brown and Al Franken. So, and basically this was 3 seasons of unstable casting decisions, it says here in this website I'm reading. So, you're right. They were probably begging for Saturday night's main event in 87 and 88. So the CWF, Saturday night CWF opened up with that. And then you had kind of, different contrasting promos from the heels and the baby faces here. You had Rick Converse, good promo. Said he's the measuring stick of the Mid-Atlantic. I like this. And I like these solo promos. Featuring, you had C.W. Anderson sitting there. I will tell you that C.W. Anderson's promos here came off kind of scripted. And I know that's bad for CWF because I doubt that they script their promos. But C.W. Anderson here and just in this promo here came out very robotic, very scripted. He wants to be known as the Rottweiler now, which that's been his gimmick now for, since he left ECW pretty much. But, Edwards, what do you think of these two promos kicking us off here?
I thought Converse was good. Excuse me. I expected more out of Anderson, to be quite honest. It was almost like he was, I don't want to say phoning it in, but I don't know.
Yeah,
he sounded tired. I don't know.
He did, I don't know if they probably did these after the match or before the match or whatever, but it did. It came out very, very scripted. Hang on a second.
Sure.
Hold on. I got to go. My drink is on the other side of the room on my work desk, so bear with me here.
Oh, you got to get the drink, White.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Next, we had Mecha Mercenary cutting another promo, and he's going to have he had a plate of sandwiches with him.
Yes.
And he cut a promo here talking about how he was hungry. While I'm going to get my drink here, kind of rant a little bit about the Mecha Mercenary, because you got a lot of it on Mecha Mercenary in this episode.
Yeah. The sandwiches, great touch for the Mecha Mercenary here. From there, it was the coach and Roy, and then Trevor's promo. I want to get your opinion on that Trevor promo then. Once you come back with your tasty little drink. But me being the pro that I am, I always have the coffee in hand.
Sorry.
So I always have the coffee in hand.
He always has the coffee. I had to go. Well, I had just gotten off work, and I'm coming over here, and I'm preparing the OBS and preparing the audio and everything. And I was like, fuck, I forgot my drink. But you had the All-Stars next. Coach and Roy Wilkins with the All-Stars backdrop. I like how they tend to do this from time to time when they do All-Stars promos. They actually have a special backdrop for the All-Stars, saying that Mecha bit off more than he can chew, and that they're going to deliver him a knuckle sandwich. And can't read my own writing here. Starving. It said something about starving, and he said that the only eating that you're going to be doing is if you paid for the VIP all-you-can-eat tickets.
That was a good touch. I like that.
This promo right here was probably one of the best of the show.
Yeah, I'm really digging the coach. I'm into the coach, Coach Gemini, and I love that, like you said, they have like a little banner there. Like they're an actual functioning stable, and it's nice to see.
Trevor Lee, they opened up with the same Trevor Lee promo that was released on YouTube a little bit ago, talking about Alex Daniels and how he's I didn't like it. I didn't, compared to Daniels' promo.
Yes.
Once again, man. I mean, and I hate to dog my boy. Trevor Lee, cut a better promo, Trevor.
Did he cut it this way because it was, the Saturday night's main event theme?
I'm guessing
because he was kind of over the top. Like that's how I took it.
He was over the top with this one. And it was better than This was better than the YouTube promo of him, just sitting down talking. But he was very animated during this, and I kind of liked it better than his other promos. But the Alex Daniels promo, man, I have written here, Daniels good. Let me see here. Logo with Lee, it came off of Lee posing, and I have here Trevor Lee must pose. So they have Trevor Lee posing. Let me see here. We have, and that was pretty much your opening. Good opening with actual promos. I used to say this a lot. We wish we would cut promos in CWF and air promos. Find a little bit of time to cut promos, and they're doing that, and I'm loving it each and every week. Anytime we get to see CL Party holding a microphone or just these guys in front of a camera, it gives them practice first of all.
Sure, yeah, and that's one of the things that I liked about this show overall, and I hope they keep doing this because basically before every match, they did the 2 promos.
Mm-hmm.
That's how WWF used to do it for these shows. And I kind of hope CWF does that more because I got to see more. We've been talking about this. I think I used the Eric Andrews as an example, a guy that I don't know. You know what I mean? We used Sis as an example. So if they do this once in a while before matches, that's going to be good for somebody like me.
And I like how the opening match, we had Stutz in a suit along with Cecil Scott in front of the ring. The ref was already in the ring. So to me, it made it seem a little bit, more important of, hey, we're here. This is something special. We don't normally do this,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second here. I got to adjust this microphone. There we go. So it was very special here the way they did this, and I'm happy that they did it this way. If this microphone will cooperate. Golly, I need a new XLR cable. I need a new microphone, man. Sorry, folks. Hold on.
Come on, White. White's got mic issues.
I do.
He goes on vacation, he comes back to mic issues.
I lose every fucking thing, yeah, Come on, quit fucking doing that.
Sounds like a tornado, White.
I know, hold on.
Dead air, White. Dead air.
I know, I'm sorry, guys. It's... Hey, be lucky we're even doing a show at all.
Hey, this is like a bonus show, man.
It is a bonus. We got a bonus CWF show, so you get a bonus CWF after show. Then we had...
Unfortunately, though, this is a lot worse than the actual show so far.
It is.
But keep going. Technical difficulties aside,
yeah, so
it's all good.
We had Jerry Carey in the back, and I like how they did... Farting in the wind. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it now. I'll just look up into the microphone for the entire goddamn show. And you had Jerry Carey in the back with C.W. Anderson. So it's kind of like we got another C.W. Anderson promo, kind of. And, again, C.W. Anderson coming off kind of just ho-hum here,
Yes. Yeah, very ho-hum. That's a good way to say it.
So you know what, though? I was surprised to even get this rematch with these two when I was there live. And you know what? I was happy that they were doing it. So the match actually, it's crazy to say this, but you kind of take CW's promos with a grain of salt because once the match is in the ring, it actually gets better, And then, yeah, I like how they had Jerry Carey, a heel ring announcer. He's a ring announcer, so he's the heel ring announcer. And then we had CL Party. Anytime we get it's always a party when CL's on our screen.
Oh, yeah.
Interviewing the baby faces, interviewing Rick Converse. And they had C.W. Anderson come out after his promo. I think he came out to Mama Said Knock You Out, if I remember correctly. And CL interviewed Rick Converse, again, measuring stick of the Mid-Atlantic, very good promo. And then he came out to No Easy Way Out
Yes.
from Rocky, which was beautiful.
Yeah. Is Jerry Carey, did he begin just as an announcer and then turn heel to join Coach Gemini?
I think
How
he
did that
began,
happen?
I don't know. When I joined up, it was just a coach, and you had the All-Stars. Jerry Carey came in during that off period where I was unable to attend shows, and he just is there. He's the All-Stars personal ring announcer. He's the best ring announcer in the business.
Okay. I was wondering if they brought him in just for the All-Stars or if he was there.
I never seen him prior to the All-Stars, so I can't, as far as I know, he's always been with the All-Stars.
Okay.
What did you think of these two promos before the actual match?
Again, I thought Converse and CL had more energy. I guess, like you said, it was ho hum. No knock on Jerry Carey, but C.W. Anderson was kind of just, going through the motions. Which I thought was odd for being the PWI champion.
Grant Sawyer says Coach brought him in. This is the only role that Carey's had.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's cool then. So they brought him in to be the announcer. That's cool. I like it.
we open up with a super kick. A very good super kick spot. This is the one time you'll ever hear me praise a super kick. And we are joined by Brad Stutz by Cecil the Body.
Yes. Very important to say
Very
that.
important. Cecil the Body Scott. And Cecil says it's past his bedtime. It's usually 8 o'clock. Something about his girlfriend's on the phone, if I remember correctly. Something about a girlfriend being on the phone. Okay, now I know what I wrote here for my notes. They do a spot in this match where my girlfriend is on the fucking phone. That's what it is. My girlfriend's on her fucking cell phone at a wrestling show. It's okay, CWF. You already have her money, so I guess what she does is her business in the crowd. But my girlfriend, you take her out to a nice, classy night of wrestling, class night at the I could have taken her to the theater, but no, I take her to the wrestling, and she sits on her phone and plays Panda Jam the entire fucking time, usually, until Trevor Lee comes out.
Okay.
And while my girlfriend's on the phone, and I remember this because I'm not on camera, but my girlfriend and my son, I believe, are. C.W. Anderson comes over and steals my girlfriend's water and proceeds to hit Converse over the head with the water bottle. Well, my girlfriend gets sprayed with water. I proceed to tell C.W. Anderson, hey, I bought that damn thing. And C.W. Anderson turns and goes, I don't give a shit. And proceeds to beat up Converse.
That's great.
They kind of chalk this up as a year-long PWI feud. C.W. Anderson is telling the referee, go ahead, DQ me. I'll retain the fucking title. I had here that, the screaming in this match with Brad's, doing it kind of meant something here in this match. Yeah. Nice to see a cross-faced chicken wing. It ends... their match at Battlecade. Have you gone back to watch their match at Battlecade?
No.
It ended with the whole, C.W. Anderson choked out Converse. They didn't do the referee. What is it with referees now? And I have a big problem with this.
Okay.
They did this Monday night with Joe, and or Sunday night with Samoa Joe and WWE. Maybe it's a direction in the business that they're taking with the MMA influence. Whatever happened to... Oh my God, he's got the hold in. He's fading fast. Referee, check him. He checks once. He checks twice. And if the thing hits 3 times, bam, it's gone. Hey, he's choked out. Now we're going to check the arm once, and that's it.
Now I'm going to be confused because I watched 2 CWF shows and you only watched 1, but you will see that if it wasn't on here.
That's what I'm talking about. There's inconsistencies, and WWE
right,
does it as well. CWF has been known to, in fact, it happened at Battlecade. The same match where they just check him once, oh, he's out. The very next match or a couple matches later, they do that spot where, hey, check his arm once, check his arm twice.
It's inconsistent, but yeah, I think you're on to something with saying the UFC influence. I think that's what it is.
And I know what CWF and Vince even is going to say. It's different matches, therefore different stories that we're telling with these guys. Right. But the rules are still rules. The one thing in that ring that's supposed to remain consistent throughout are the referees. The rules are the rules, kind of. But,
yeah. But rules with a stretch.
In the grand scheme of it all, a 10 count outside the ring is a 10 count or 20 count or whatever outside the ring, unless the rules dictate something different. The referees, every match, unless the rules dictate something different, should be checking that arm 3 times. Or just check it once and say he's out. It should be consistent every match. Unless you're going to say, oh, we're going by MMA rules, where if he's out, he's out. Then we don't check it. It's just, to me, cadences are different, when they do the 5 count. Every referee has their own little cadence. But when it comes to okay, is he out, or are we going to check the arm 3 times before we, there's always something special about check his arm once, it falls. Check it twice, it falls. You go to check it 3 times, he gets halfway. Oh, babyface is coming back. He's not out yet. There's something special about that kind of.
Sure. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
And there's also something special of once, twice, and you think the babyface is going to be out for the 3rd time, or you think he's going to do the comeback. No, the heel actually has the babyface out. That hand dropped the 3rd time. Oh, my God, he choked him out. There's a little bit of storytelling to that,
Yeah, yeah.
Am I making any sense here?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. The inconsistency with it, it's a pro wrestling problem. It's not, just CWF here as the example because we're talking about it. But and I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it right now, White. But Sunday night showed at least 2 instances where WWE decided this is the rule, and then something happens and they violate the rule. And then, you had the other match with Miz and Ambrose, and it's like they don't even, if you're going to mess with the rules, you need to clarify it for the audience. And you need to keep it consistent. Yeah, because it makes the companies look bad when they're starting to, okay, well, I thought a DQ was this, or I thought
okay, nothing's changed in the rules of this match, but the referee, before you check the arm 3 times, why are you only checking it once?
Right.
Like I said, the only thing that's constant are the referees. When it comes to the confines of the rules of the match, Unless something drastic changes, unless there's a stipulation, which there is none in this match, nothing made this match, any different than a regular professional wrestling match. Therefore, the way it's always been, the referee checks the arm 3 times.
Right.
And that's what happened at Battlecade. Battlecade, it didn't happen, but in this match, C.W. Anderson slaps referee Red, and Red DQs him. So we've had an instance now where he's choked out C.W. Anderson. As a result, I think, of something dastardly. He's now had himself DQ'd. I honestly think the next step up from this, and I want to see this feud go more between C.W. Anderson and Rick Converse. I think if I'm booking this, because now that you've had a submission deal and you've had the referee getting slapped, Rick Converse had him in the thing, but the referee's like, no, he slapped me, so he DQ'd. The next logical step to this, to me, is an I Quit match. To me.
Okay.
I Quit matches are no DQ. You can't smack the ref and get DQ'd. You can lay out the ref. But another ref could come in. The only way to win an I Quit match is for a referee or you to hold up the microphone and have your opponent say, I quit. And in that building, it's going to be awesome if they do that. I don't know if they're going to get a 3rd match out of these 2 in the Sportatorium. It may be in another PWI affiliate. It should be in the Sportatorium.
As far as the PWI matches go, do you know is there a booking committee? Is there, who governs it?
I honestly don't know. If Grant's listening, fill us in here. I would love to know what the PWI board actually is made of and who decides who the champion is.
Yeah.
Or is it just one guy? I'll be honest with you, I've never seen that PWI belt defended anywhere else but CWF.
That's interesting.
Not that it hasn't happened, but
right.
Anyway. Your thoughts on this match here?
I thought it was a decent match overall. Converse winning by DQ protects him and it protects the champion. I get what they did, but it told a story too. Hitting him with the super kick right off the start, and then he worked basically, from beneath the whole time. So told a decent story.
And one thing I think they haven't established here in CWF, and not that it's CWF's sole job, if there is a PWI booking committee, if there is a series of, they have people in the UK that are supposedly a part of this. They said CW defended it against Dreamer last Sunday. Booking is basically by committee.
Okay.
My feelings on this are they have not made, and part of me thinks, yeah, rightfully so. But then again, I look back to the old NWA days. You had a WCW champion, or, that you had a WCW champion or a Mid-Atlantic champion, but then you had the the NWA champion.
Mm-hmm.
And the NWA champion was always made to feel bigger than the local yokel championship, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
They had the Texas title or the world class Texas title, which was kind of like their heavyweight deal, and then the NWA champion Ric Flair would come to town and fight the Von Erichs, and that's a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like whenever I see CWF Anderson, I don't get that belt is any more important than the Mid-Atlantic title that Trevor Lee holds. If anything, it's in reverse. And those fans see it as reverse. Maybe it's because it's their hometown, but it should be.
That's kind of why I asked, because obviously, the fans in the Sportatorium, they're pop for Trevor. Like, he's, like you explained earlier, he's the John Cena of CWF. And you're absolutely right. I mean, when CW Anderson comes to town, it should be a big deal. And that's exactly why I asked, because I really don't know anything about the PWI. So,
but yeah,
it's almost like Trevor should be holding that.
Yeah.
Why
isn't Trevor the PWI champion right now? I can't answer that. Why is the PWI? It should feel special when CW Anderson comes to town. Oh my God, he's the PWI champion.
Mm-hmm.
There's banners around that arena that say PWI. Every time before the show, they run a video, and one of the graphics on the video says all matches sanctioned by Pro Wrestling International. But I don't even think the audience gets what PWI even is, and they're there just about every week.
Right. And I like that. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of excited about, the possibility that Billy Corgan does something with the NWA, because I like that bonus champion you get, that big deal, because it's it's an alliance.
Well, the latest on that, I think, is that Bruce Tharp let the trademark lapse, and now Billy Corgan, they're not even sure if they could sell it to Billy Corgan.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. The fun keeps on coming.
Yeah, the hits keep on coming, White.
So we had after this, we had a Tab Cola ad.
Yes, I loved it. Great
and
ad.
a awesome ad with the Burger King, the guy calling up Burger King from his car phone.
Yes.
He was going to go, I think it was like a prank call, and he went to order Burger King, and he was going to start a business by ordering Burger King for people, I guess, was the thing of the commercial, from what I remember. It was nostalgia, folks. It was beautiful.
Yes.
Car phones were actually useful back in the day. And then we had Alex Daniels. This guy, he's a fucking star, man.
I like him.
I like him too. If you go back to when they were doing that 6-pack challenge a few months ago, and he was, facing, he did a qualifying match for that. It blew me away then. And we'll get to the match here in a little while, but he blows me away. He cut a damn good promo. I don't know, man. I just, movie. He's a movie star. He has good promo. And that kind of led to the match here. Jerry Carey interviewing Alex Daniels beforehand. And CL Party, I think, interviewed Trevor Lee beforehand. And it led into the match. It was so good, the whole build-up for this match. Even though it was, hey, why did Chip Day get a match before me? And I guarantee you I'm going to take the title off of you, or Chip Day couldn't. And it gives yet more importance to that Chip Day Trevor Lee match. But also Alex Daniels is going to come in and steal his thunder at the same time, or try to steal his thunder. Alex Daniels came off as a complete heel here.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Daniels is also wearing the Fight Club trunks on the back with the Alex Daniels and the pink soap.
Yeah, that was cool. Yep.
What were your thoughts?
I'm a Fight Club fan.
Oh yeah, me too. What a good movie. Early Jared Leto in that movie. Actually.
Yes.
Before he became the worst Joker known to man. Anyway.
The beginning of this promo, he actually put over the kid in the Burger King commercial.
Yeah, he did. I put that here. He said that kid in that Burger King ad, he's pretty good. I think this was the comment.
Yeah, I think he either put him over or buried him. I can't remember what he said, but again, I'm going to give kudos to CWF. I don't know if this is Grant because he's the tech guy, he's putting it together or whatever. But perfect, man. That would be botched in other companies,
I think Jerry Carey called him a fad furball is what he called Trevor Lee. I believe. I Trevor Lee, for a little backstory here, I believe this was the match. The kid was Ben Affleck, and Daniel. Okay, the kid in the Burger King commercial was Ben Affleck, and Daniel's whole gimmick is he is the real Ben Affleck. In fact, like I mentioned before, in that match where he was trying to qualify for the six-pack challenge, he had a Ben Affleck shirt on, and he took that off, and it was another Ben Affleck T-shirt. He had like 4 Ben Affleck T-shirts on.
That is phenomenal.
So the kid in the Burger King commercial, I didn't even catch this, so thank you to Grant Sawyer.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
The kid in the Burger King commercial is Ben Affleck, and his gimmick is the Ben Affleck. So he goes, the kid in that commercial is pretty good.
That's
genius,
my God,
man.
Genius, yes, genius. CWF, I love it.
Daniel said in the promo, the kid is going to be a star one day.
I'm upset that I didn't catch that.
Son of a! I got to go back and rewatch it now.
Absolutely, yep.
At least look up the Burger King commercial online. Who knew Ben Affleck did Burger King commercials?
That's
in
amazing.
The 80s? And now he's Batman. Batman did a Burger King commercial. The best Batman of our generation is in Burger King commercials, folks.
Before you go on to get into this match, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
Trevor Lee comes out, and they showed a close-up of the belt. And for some reason, I think it was the first time I'm actually seeing this belt up close. The outline of the Mid-Atlantic region, right? I love that. Mm-hmm. What is the title called?
It is the CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, is what they're called.
Okay. So it is not a world championship, correct?
No, the PWI is their world championship, which is why I think it should mean more than the Mid-Atlantic Championship, kind of. I
love that aspect. It's the Mid-Atlantic title. It's the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title.
And
because if you want to break wrestling down into realistic terms, you'll see, the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. Are you really defending it throughout the world? No, you're not. Right?
No.
So CWF does not claim to have a world heavyweight champion. I like that, Joe.
Which is why I never could understand in WWE's thing when they, even back during like 2003, they had the WWE champion and then they had the world heavyweight champion. Yet yes. The WWE championship always meant more. And I'm sitting there going, if I'm a wrestler and this shit was actually real, yeah. Why be champion of just the WWF when I could be champion of the world,
Exactly, yes.
It reminds me of Howie Mandel, and he's telling the story about how he used to do voices in class. And she goes, his teacher always said, he would sit there in class and do the gizmo voice. He'd be like, help me. And his teacher would be like, how if you don't do that, I'm going to send you out of this room and send you right into the hall. And he used to say, that's right. Why play the rooms when I could play the hall and the cafeteria and then one day Casino-Rama? It's like stations. Why have, why just be the WWE champion when you could be the world champion? Like right now, why be champion of the WWE when, and it pains me to say this, you could be champion of the universe,
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I know it's a marky thing to bring up, but like, it's just one of those minor details that always irritates me about certain companies.
And for the Electric City Saint listening out there, Pennsylvania is not outlined on this title anywhere.
No, it's not.
That's a stab at Ventura right there.
we are the tri-state area. Yeah. But in Bobby's defense, up here, it's the Atlantic seaboard. Like, you know what I mean? It's ticky-tacky. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because they do reference the Atlantic. We have a lot of, Atlantic coast, championship, regional type, contests in sports and all that. So I think that's where he was going with that, just to defend Bobby. But yeah, we are the tri-state area, and you are in the Mid-Atlantic region.
Trevor Lee came out to In the Air Tonight by
yes.
Phil Collins.
Yes.
which was awesome.
It was a good pick. Yeah.
Trevor Lee, I believe this was the night that Trevor Lee was totally sick to his stomach. In fact, in the match before this, I was taking my kid to the bathroom, and I caught a glimpse of Trevor Lee coming out of the locker room. This is before this match, well before this match.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to kind of break kayfabe here, so to Trevor Lee and all involved, if I'm stepping out of line here, I'm sorry, but I got to tell this story. His girlfriend, Emily, works the concession stands there at CWF every show. It's not uncommon to have wrestlers' wives work at the concession stands in indie shows. You see it all the time. And hell, Stutzy's wife takes tickets. And she's awesome. Katie's awesome.
Right.
We call her the queen of no comps because you ain't getting in free as long as she's at the door.
It's a good businesswoman.
It
right
is.
there.
It is, man. So Emily, Trevor starts walking toward the concession stand as I'm taking my son to the bathroom. And he looks just fucking out of it. You can tell he's fucking sick as a dog. They're talking. Trevor goes, "What did she say I need to get?" And Emily's like, "Imodium. You need to go to the store and get some Imodium." And this is about maybe 15, 20 minutes before this match is just getting ready to be in the ring. And like I said, Trevor even put on Twitter that day, "Come here to CWF. You might actually get to see me shit my pants in the ring." You know, he looked sick as a dog. I'm sitting there going, looking at all this, taking all this in. Keep in mind, it's a brief moment. I barely saw him coming out, but you can tell this is not the Trevor Lee we normally get. This Trevor Lee was sick, and he was badly sick. You could not tell in this promo or in this match that Trevor Lee was sick.
No, as a matter of fact, when I watched it, I remember you mentioned that, but I did not put that together that was that same night. You couldn't tell.
No, I mean, was he as fast as he normally is? No, but he didn't need to be because it fit the confines of the match.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd was totally healing Daniels during all this. Daniels, oh my God. This match here, I got to call Grant out on this because I'm sitting there live watching this match. And the match gets better and better and better. And you didn't have, keep in mind, this is coming right off of the Chip Day Trevor Lee stuff, kind of. You had Battle Bowl in between, but, the Papa Haleses and the damn, Dylan Hales and John Philip Pavages, they were not there. This was your CWF regulars. And they're treating this match by the end of it just like it's Trevor Lee Chip Day with that they're really fucking into it, man. And Grant is on the damn thing, and I'm watching Grant while I'm watching the match, kind of. And Grant's smile just gets wider and wider and wider because he knows it's building and building. Mm-hmm. And it's Trevor Lee's sick as a fucking dog, but it's just getting better and better and better as it goes on. And I have a bunch of notes here. The sunset flip kick by Daniels was freaking amazing. That spot was amazing.
Yes.
Good psychology. Daniels came off as if Daniels had Trevor Lee well scouted. What are your general thoughts on this match as a fan who's just now starting to watch this show here?
I thought it was awesome. I almost want to say that I think it was better than Chip Day, Trevor Lee. Just
really?
Because of the way the beginning was paced. The heel ducking outside.
Yeah.
Building it, pissing the fans off. As a matter of fact, speaking of pissed off fans, I got to put Grant over with some perfect camera work. I think, let me see, 30 minutes and 37 seconds. If you go to that spot in the video, you will see Joe White saying, "Take it in the ring, get in the ring, Alex Daniels, get in the ring."
I kind of knew where they were going with this because they had the Trevor Lee thing on YouTube, and I was like, okay, and they didn't do it. They saved it for the episode, which is awesome. But I kind of figured they were going to release the Daniels video on YouTube. And I'm sitting there totally fucking, enjoying this match. I'm marking out. And Daniels takes a seat right in front of me, and the fans are whispering, and all of a sudden, from the back, he hears, "You can't win it on YouTube and Twitter. You got to win it in the ring, Daniels." He's like, "Oh, yeah?" I was like, "Get your ass in the ring."
I was wondering what you said to him because he looked over
He did.
when
He
you were
looked
off
over.
camera,
I mean,
and
I'm
then he
totally
got
fucking
up.
in his ear. "You can't win it on YouTube and Twitter. Tweets don't win matches."
I totally marked out when I saw Joe White screaming at.
John Filipovich did it too. He's like, "Was that you giving Daniels the business?" I was like, "I was totally giving him the business, but what a good fucking match."
Oh man, that was a great spot. But the match itself, like you said, the sunset flip thing that he did a move. Oh, Joe, I can't remember exactly what he did, but it was over in the corner, and Trevor kind of hung on the second rope. And I can't even remember what Daniels did, but I never saw it before, and I should have wrote it down. But
I have so much stuff here written down, but my handwriting's atrocious, man. The knees to the back were good. They did an up and over neck breaker spot that was pretty good here.
Maybe it was a neck breaker. It was almost like a reverse middle rope hung neck breaker that he did.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And please bear with us, guys. This match is not fresh in our minds. We've been dealing with shit and vacations and everything else.
Yes.
So it's last week, I'll be honest with you. Last week, I don't think I watched about maybe all of 5 minutes of wrestling until I turned on Extreme Rules on my phone and watched the last 2 matches. That was it. So I didn't worry about wrestling at all. It was all work half the week, vacation the other half for me. They did the Okada. He did the Okada deal where he winds him up, and then instead of going for the thing, he did the I have here the classic Trevor Lee spot where he breaks their fingers and you hear their fingers crack.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was beautiful. And I have here Daniels has good facial expressions. They had I call it the inside out lariat from Lee, where he just totally turned Daniels inside out, and Daniels took a brilliant bump off of that lariat. Suplex
that whole spot was great.
The suplex into the turnbuckle was freaking good, where you had the from Stutz and all them, and it was brilliantly. And that's the moments that need it right there, because it was towards the end of the match. Trevor even acknowledges this in a promo that I'm going to bring up at the end of the show. But you can see it here, and it started with Chip Day.
Okay.
And they're doing a damn good job booking this, in that Trevor Lee's days with that title seem numbered, because the competition is getting better and better. And I think the whole storyline out of the last 2 months and even going forward in CWF is, now that people are starting to stand up and take notice of CWF, and it's not just the wrestling promotion anymore, and you got competition like Chip Day from Atlanta or Kennesaw, Alex Daniels from the Chicago area, Nick Richards, who's a local guy, but a different type of competitor than Trevor was used to. It seems like the walls are slowly starting to close in on Trevor Lee, and it's the thing is, can Trevor Lee hang with all these guys now? Can he hang with the competition? It's getting to the point where they always used to rag on him for going out to TNA and going out to Bola out there for PWG. And that's all well and good, but what happens when the competition here in your hometown starts getting just as on par, if not more so, than what he gets outside? So I just put it, the competition for Lee is, getting better and better. And it's like, can Trevor, when is Trevor Lee going to have enough?
It's interesting that you have a note of this, because I have one major note here. And I wanted to bring this up because the announcers said, we got to stop looking at Royal or Nick that'll end this title reign.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an unknown like Alex
Yes.
Daniels or Chip Day. Here's my question, though, Joe. I understand the logic, but does that kind of make Trevor look bad? Like he's barely a champion? Because I'm kind of getting the impression that, if your champion could lose at any moment.
I don't think it belittles Trevor Lee as much as it does everybody, all the other CWF regulars, and that's kind of where I have a problem with these outside guys coming in, as much as I'm loving the matches.
Oh, the match was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
5-star match between him and Chip. This was a 4-star match for me easily. I didn't like it as much as I did the Chip Day match, but, storyline-wise and psychology-wise, I like it better. Mm-hmm. But if I am looking at it from an overall standpoint, this is below, a very, very small notch below.
That's fair. It's arguable.
But to me, it's like, if I'm a Nick Richards or an Eric Royal or, fucking name any other Smith Garrett, I'm hearing them go, maybe, from the way that commentary sounded, it's like, never mind about the CWF regulars who are here every other week busting their ass. Maybe it's going to be one of these outside guys. But at the same standpoint, you look at it from in the year that Trevor Lee's been champion, and I believe it's almost a year as of Absolute Justice. It'll be a year, I think. Grant's going to have to back us up on that yet again. He's stat mark for a reason. Trevor Lee has kind of ran through everybody in the CWF, so the quote-unquote booker at CWF, Stutzy, is kind of forced to look elsewhere.
Okay, all right.
If I want to put on a good show for the fans and give them their money's worth, he's ran through everybody. What's left besides Nick Richards? And the only reason why Nick Richards is guaranteed a title is because he won the Weaver Cup. Would Nick Richards get a shot at that belt if he hadn't won the Weaver Cup? That's what I think we have to be looking at here.
Right.
It was a year on February 27th. So, yeah, he's been champion for over a year. So it's like all these guys, Golden Ticket winners, Weaver Cup winners, they're all kind of CWF regulars, but Trevor Lee's pretty much already beat them, in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Except Nick Richards. Nick Richards, I think, is one of the few that he hasn't faced one-on-one since Nick Richards has made that babyface turn. So it's kind of, telling, I don't know, I don't think the comment should have been said. Because it's very easy to take it out of context.
Yeah, while you're talking here, it's kind of a tough spot to be in because you can't bring somebody in just to have Trevor squash him because what would be the point, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can't bring in like a Cody Rhodes because I like that CWF is not doing that. You know what I mean?
Although
that
there's
kind of
times
thing.
I wish they would,
Like Alberto El Patron. No, I don't want to see him on CWF. You know what I mean?
The reason why they don't do it is because the regulars there could give two shits.
Well, good. If they like their homegrown guys, so be it. I mean, that's kind of cool. But, I mean, it's kind of a tough spot to be in then because you can't really do that either.
It's cool to pop a YouTube rating now, but like that means anything anymore. But, I mean, it's cool to pop a YouTube rating. It's cool to get your name in the newsletter. But those fans who turn up each and every week are your bread and butter.
Yes.
And do you charge them an extra $10 for a show just to get a main name guy on there with the hopes that those regulars will still show up and pay X amount of dollars for this one guy? I don't think they would because maybe they would, but at the same time they're sitting there going, why the fuck does this guy drive up the ticket prices?
Right.
They don't care,
And while we're on it, because I can't stand Alberto, let's face it, he's not going to give you a better match. To be quite honest, he's not going to give you a better match than Alex Daniels did with Trevor.
I will tell you this. If you put Cody Rhodes in the ring with Trevor Lee, you'll never know it till you see it, but my money is that Alex Daniels and Lee would have a better match than Lee and Cody.
Right.
Because Cody's going to come in there with the Bullet Club bullshit, and nobody sitting there in the fucking crowd knows who the Bullet Club is, or nor do they care. They hear Too Sweet Me or Too Sweet and Suck It, and they're thinking 1998. The same thing I do. Take it back, 1998, called they want their gimmick back. They don't care.
That guy sitting off to the left would tell him to get back in the ring.
Yeah,
That Joe White guy.
that's right. Tell him to get your ass back in the ring. Tell it's too sweet me, I'll suck my ass and get back in the ring.
Now, by the way, I loved how the ending of this match went. Rip Rogers put his tweet out there, and he said what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lee extended the hand. Alex Daniels did not take his hand.
Exactly.
So it didn't end with the happy indie celebration.
Nope. And I was full well expecting a handshake and everything.
So was I. So was I.
Even sitting there live, I mean, we're sitting there. I almost started to try and get a "Please come back" chant, and I think there was a "Please come back" chant. I want to see more. I want to see more Alex Daniels there.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex Daniels playing the true fucking heel, playing an awesome heel, even though at the end of the night that crowd was putty in his fucking hands.
Yeah.
I'm glad it ended this way. The only thing that pisses me off about this is every time something like that happens, they chant the name of the promotion. And that kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. You know?
That doesn't bother me, to be honest.
I always hate the fact of, at the end of it, CWF, CWF. It's, dude, you know they're going to give you quality every fucking time you set foot in that building.
Right.
How about chanting "Thank you, Daniels" or something, or "Thank you, Trevor," who wrestled this match with a stomach ache,
Or thank you, White, for getting his ass back in the ring.
Fuck that, I'm a mark. Anyway.
What? I thought you were going to elbow smash him. It was great.
No, I can't do that. He would kick my ass. Anyway. Classic heel here. And then we have Eric Andrews cutting a promo here.
Yeah.
With...
TV champ.
Yeah, your TV champion.
Mm-hmm.
Damn good promo.
I enjoyed the promo.
I love that, man. Give him the mic more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more from Eric Andrews. He cuts a damn fine promo. He has a good presence on the screen.
Yep.
I put here it was different, but it was damn good. It's different because you don't normally see a promo from Eric Andrews. So
it's one of the things I've been asking for.
Yeah.
I need to get to know these people. Yep. He's one of them.
CL Party here was with Chet Sterling. And I have here, spit out that fucking gum, Chet. It's fucking, dude, why? I never got why wrestlers chew gum in the ring. I get why, because when they do that classic spot, they spit the gum in the air and it looks like a tooth falling out.
Right, yeah.
But don't chew gum while you're trying to cut a promo. Makes you sound like Mushmouth from the Fat Albert cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
And I put here a good babyface promo from Chet.
The PWI Ultra champ. What does that mean?
The Ultra J champion. Honestly, I've been going to this shit for 2 years. I couldn't tell you what the Ultra J champion is or what it represents.
Okay.
Chet Sterling's held it for as long as I can fucking remember. Don't know what it is. They've never really explained what it is. We know about the Rising RGL. We know about the RGL championship and what that is and the qualifications for that title.
I have to think it's something similar.
Is it their version of a cruiserweight belt?
Yeah. Seems like all these companies, too, have, like, weird names like that. If you see that weird name, then you know it's something like that. It's either the X Division or a cruiserweight or something.
The Ultra J makes it come off very Japanese.
Totally. The word Ultra. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ultra J. I kind of like that.
Two good promos.
Here's where I finally, this is the point in the show here, and I mentioned it a moment ago, but this was the point in the show. Yeah, cruiserweight. Okay, it's their cruiserweight title. Okay. This shows my stupidity. I'm sitting here watching this show, and I'm really getting into it, and then I finally realize it. They're doing heel announcers and babyface announcers for the promos. It finally dawned on me. It's like CL's only interviewing the baby faces.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Again,
realism. Separate locker rooms, Kayfabe.
Andrews with the tights gets the win. Chet dives a little bit. We got some good dives in the match. I like a good dive every now and then. Don't get me wrong. Put here a good elbow from Chet here. And it was, it was good. To me personally, I didn't think much of it live, but seeing it on YouTube, I like it. And I think it's probably, in my opinion, and it takes a lot for me with Chet Sterling to kind of win me over, because I'm not the hugest Chet Sterling fan. But I like this match with him, and he showed me a lot here. It's probably the best. It's probably the best Chet Sterling match I've seen so far to date, live and on YouTube. I mean, I think it came across better on YouTube with the announcing and everything. And you know, Eric Andrews just continues to impress me all the time. He's got a good look. I think he needs better ring gear. But other than that, cuts a good promo, comes across as a total heel. I like the thing that they're doing with the whole, choosing the crowd choosing and everything like this. It didn't come off that way here, but, to me, this is, Grant says he highly recommends Chet versus Cedric when Chet won that title. So that was probably good, because anything with Cedric Alexander is going to be fucking killer.
Oh, yeah, of course, right.
But
yeah.
As far as, I'll put it to you another way. Recently, Chet has not been setting the world on fire, okay? So, not in my opinion. But this match was really good. What are your thoughts here on the Eric Andrews versus Chet Sterling match?
Thought it was a good match. They had a return bout, Joe, that you'll see at the Chapel Hill show that you didn't watch yet. and that was just as good, to be honest. But all right, Joe, I've had an Eric Andrews problem, right?
Uh-oh.
Okay. I think I know what it is. I figured it out.
He looks too much like Jeff Edwards.
Well, it's that. It's yes, the Edwards hair. He's rocking the Edwards hair. No, listen. A while ago, maybe 2 years ago, TNA, Abyss, okay? Rewind from there 5-6 years ago, Rey Mysterio and the WWF with their masks, okay? Once I see something, I can't stop looking at it, okay? So I would see Abyss wrestle, and every move he would do, he'd go and adjust the mask. Every move, adjust the mask. Eric Andrews, he takes me out of his own matches because of his hair.
Oh, he's got to adjust that hair.
He's constantly flipping his hair back with his hand, brushing it. If he's selling a move, he's moving his hair back. Now, dude, I understand. I have shoulder-length hair myself. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, and I'm not working in a ring. I can imagine it's a pain in the ass. But he's got to stop it, because now I can't stop looking at him adjusting his hair, okay? And it takes me out of his matches, and I think I finally figured out what I don't like about him. You said his ring gear? He actually reminds me of Christian, like when Christian first came up with Edge.
Yeah.
Like that same style build, same kind of ring gear. But dude, I mean, pull the top of your hair back. Maybe do the Vampiro, how he used to braid his hair, because once you thicken some of that shit up, it won't be in your way all the time to see. You got to do something, because it just annoys me watching guys sell and they're flipping their hair back constantly with their hands.
There's a reason why Van Damme always put it up in a fucking ponytail, and whenever the ponytail would fall down, you're like, that's what Van Damme looks like with the long hair down. You never hardly knew what Van Damme looked like about it, and it didn't happen very often.
And maybe it's just me, Joe. Maybe I'm a nut when I see something like that, it just annoys the shit out of me, and it takes me out of the match.
When it takes away from your ability to work, yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, because when you watch Trevor, my God, his hair's like twice as long, twice as wild looking, twice as thick.
Well, he's the Carolina Caveman, of course.
He's the Carolina Caveman, but you don't see him messing with that to take you out of the match. You know what I mean?
Not at all. So
that's just my one little thing on Eric.
I mean, maybe if it's wet the hair down before you come to the ring. I don't even know if he does that. I don't really pay attention to his hair enough, but I will tell you that, it is a bit of a problem. His overall ring gear with the green boots and everything, to me, it's...
I didn't even notice his boots were green.
Yeah, and it kind of just doesn't fit with the rest of his look. You see him coming out there kind of looking all... What's the word for it? Grunge rocker type look, like you were saying? And then he's got green boots. you know.
Okay.
But anyway, other than that, damn good promo, man. Damn good match. Can't say a bad thing about the match, really.
No, the match itself, the work rate, besides him messing with his hair, I thought was good.
And then you had Kerry with Coach and Ray.
Oh, quick question about Chet Sterling. Is
Go
he
ahead.
a CWF regular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually, if you go back to watch the TNA episode where it was totally from the Hardy's compound, and Jeff Hardy was that itchweed character,
Yes.
he fought Chet Sterling.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you had Jerry Carey backstage with Coach and Roy, and the big thing about this is partners are banned from ringside.
Yes.
Managers and personal ring announcers are okay, and they even reference that here.
I'm glad they referenced that.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
And they had them come out to John Fogerty's center field, and Jerry Carey referenced his members-only jacket. His red members-only jacket. And then, you had CL Party, the lovely CL Party, in the back with Mecha Mercenary from the Sandwich Squad. He said because partners were banned from ringside, this was brilliant. Oh my God, I marked out like a son of a bitch for this. The Sandwich Squad is going open-faced tonight. So
Yes.
it's open-faced, and he's eating for two. God damn it, I love this.
That's a character, Joe.
Yes, it's
I
brilliant.
love it.
And to talk to the guy, at the gimmick stand in intermission, he's a pleasure to talk to.
Yeah, you said he's good to your kid there too. Good to the kids.
Yeah. And he comes out to Mr. Roboto.
It's perfect.
And he's the Mecha Mercenary. He's coming out to Mr. Roboto, and he, I thought the promo was fucking good, man. And it's again, backstage interviewers showing fucking personality, and not like these Charlie Caruso, Kathy Kelly statues.
Yep.
CL Party actually popped and chuckled and laughed.
Yep, that's all you got to do to please me, Joe. Just chuckle, pretend you're acting, You're in a moment with somebody, react to it.
And I don't even think it's acting. It's called don't know what the promo is beforehand and react to it.
Right, react. Yes, that's a better word. React to
it. The bit of the announcer is not only are they there, they're representing us. They're there to ask the hard questions. They're there as a representative of the audience, is what a reporter is kind of there for.
Sure.
And she was laughing at the knuckle sandwich and the open-faced and eating for two. And her beautiful fucking smile just makes you want to watch her as well as whoever she's interviewing. It's not that hard to do. Get somebody fucking beautiful and tell them, here you go. Ask him about his match with such and such and act like you two are having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard, folks.
Nope.
It's not that hard, Vince. Goddamn, pal.
Goddamn, pal.
Anyway.
Well, pal.
We have a crucial question to ask here.
We do.
We have a crucial question to ask the audience. I don't know the answer to it to this day.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? That got brung up here, and that got me thinking.
That is a great. It is a great
hot
question.
dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
If
it's on a bun, is it a sandwich? If it's on bread.
Is it bread? The original sandwich, which was invented by the 4th Earl of Sandwich, used to be one piece of bread, often stale, with a piece of meat on it.
Mm-hmm.
So he could play cards, hold his cards while he ate,
Why, you are like a fountain of knowledge.
I try. Anyway. I wrote here 2017 slip up. They mentioned something about 2017, and Stutzy was quick to correct him. How do you know what's going on in 2017? Whoopsie.
That was good. It was good.
They called him Mecha here, and one thing I think, man, this is the fucking T-shirt Mecha Mercenary. If you're watching this, the Bionic Behemoth. I like it. I like it.
It works.
Kind of heelish, but I like it.
Yes.
And I have something else here. You know, they killed Charles Richardson after the match. They called Mecha Mercenary's move the Black Forest Slam instead of Black Forest Ham. Black Forest Slam, it's Brian.
Awesome.
But I have one other thing that I want to comment on. But first, what are your thoughts on this match?
Well, you just spent a lot of time on Mecha Mercenary. Roy Wilkins, dude. The guys in that stable are awesome.
Oh yeah.
They're quickly becoming my favorite group currently in wrestling.
Until you see them live and find out how annoying that whistle actually is.
I think that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy Wilkins is awesome too, man. There's just so much damn talent in this company. I really don't know what to say about it. But I really don't. I mean, really good match. I love Mecha's character. I love Roy. I love the coach. I love the ring announcer. I love Eric, as you know, Royal. So
they were talking here. One of the things that they mentioned here that I I had to ask about this on Twitter. Cecil they're talking about deep frying. And Cecil Scott goes, yeah, Mecha Mercenary tried to feed me deep fried Kool-Aid once. And I'm sitting there going, how the fuck do you deep fry Kool-Aid? What? Did he really? I even rewound it, and he goes, yeah, he fed me deep fried Kool-Aid once. So it poses me to ask on Mecha Mercenary. I says, at Mecha on Twitter. I said, Cecil says you served him deep fried Kool-Aid once. How the hell do you do that? How's that possible?
did he respond?
He did.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull it up on Twitter here because I want to get this right. But any other thoughts here on this?
No, it was good. It's a good match from both of these guys again.
If they ever tried to split this sandwich squad up, Mecha's got to be the baby face. Oh,
yeah, I think so.
I want to try to go back here. Golly, it's almost a week ago. Jesus. Where did I put it at? Where was it?
Yeah, we missed some time, Joe.
We're sorry, folks.
We apologize.
Let me see.
Good show up to this point, though, by the way.
Oh, yeah, very good show. I mean, Mecha Mercenary goes, I put, okay, at Mecha 314, I got to know. And I put, Cecil said you made him some, quote, deep fried Kool-Aid. How in the hell do you do that? And he responded with, donut or funnel cake batter with Kool-Aid added to it. Fry, eat, enjoy. And then that got me thinking, why isn't that at the local state fair down here in Virginia somewhere? You know, they got the Kool-Aid pickle. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
Oh, man.
Pickle soaked in Kool-Aid?
Yeah, it's literally, they take a jar of pickles. You empty out about half of the damn pickle juice. You add Kool-Aid and about a cup of sugar to it. Stir it up and let them sit. The pickles, if you use cherry Kool-Aid, the pickles actually turn red. And they taste like Kool-Aid. You get the
That's
sweet
a hell of
and
an
sour.
idea.
It's total southern redneck like you would find in the middle of Paducah at a country store somewhere. Where there's two guys missing their teeth playing checkers outside. But
right.
You'll find the Kool-Aid pickles sitting right next to the pickled eggs and pickled pig's feet. I'm telling you. You think I'm lying, folks. I'm not. Trust me.
I may have to give that a go.
When I'm just sitting there going, donut or funnel cake batter. I could buy funnel cake batter at the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I could buy Kool-Aid. I'm going to have to. It has diabetes written all over it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I might have to take two pills that day and just try this.
just double up, Joe. You'll be fine.
Double up. How did you die? I get it now. You get up there if there is a heaven. How did you die? Fried Kool-Aid? Oh, man. Fried Kool-Aid. That's the best. What other show can you watch besides they're not selling you on deep fried Kool-Aid at the fucking WWE events. No.
Nowhere else.
I put here that they absolutely killed Charles Richardson in this match. Good old Charles Richardson. We had a KFC ad next to this with the real live Colonel Sanders.
Yes, it was good to see the real Colonel.
It was good to see the real Colonel because you have all these commercials out nowadays, and this is Grant. This is Grant right here. You have all these commercials. Hi, I'm the deep fried Colonel. I'm the gold Colonel. We got the real fucking Colonel on CWF, guys.
Yes.
Back from the dead, one night only.
I love it. Love it.
Right after the deep fried Kool-Aid, we got deep fried chicken. And then you can find Jeff Edwards in his latest septic tank scandal.
Yes.
In the pages of the National Enquirer. Oh, man. This is just awesome.
Yep.
CL Party interviewing Dominic Guarini, the bone collector, backstage. Again, short and sweet from Dominic. If you haven't seen their first match between these two coming up, I'm so glad they got the main event with this, too. I'm so glad that they got the main event with this match. You had Dominic Guarini coming out to, he's the bone collector, so what does he come out to? Randy Travis is digging up bones.
Made sense.
It made sense, and I'm a Randy Travis mark. I got it. I grew up listening to country music, so until I found out what AC/DC and the Beatles were and had my eyes opened. Yeah.
Right.
But I like Randy Travis. Ain't that bad.
No, he's not that bad. I could deal with some country. He's not that bad.
You live in Pennsylvania, so you probably hear it regularly.
Oh, White, believe it or not, there's banjos when I step outside. Believe me.
No.
Uh-huh.
And then you had a Kane promo in the back, wearing a Hot Rod t-shirt.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I didn't know this, but Kane is only 19 years old.
What?
From what they were saying, I think Kane is 19 years old, from what Cecil Scott said.
I did not hear that.
I could have swore I heard him mention that Kane Justice is only 19 years old.
Is Grant still with us?
I think so. Grant needs to confirm this. Kane,
dude, if he's 19, that changes my outlook on him. Because I'll tell you what, man.
Kane, of course, in a Rowdy Piper Hot Rod t-shirt, coming out to the best around. Oh, he's 21. So even still. Still,
that's close enough to 19. Jesus.
Jeez. He's barely old enough to drink.
That guy's got a future ahead of him, man.
2 years ago, I was saying he wasn't even old enough to shave. I was making fun of him being a referee, I used to fucking rib him hard from the stands, man, when he was a ref. Oof. Now I'm regretting every bit of it.
I'll say this. The best around, it was just wrong. I have to take AC's stance on this. Because I was first introduced to TK 2 years ago. So that's been his song to me for the past 2 years. So every time I hear that, it's Karate Kid and TK. Mm-hmm. And then I saw it, and I didn't see TK. It was weird.
But it fit the 80s gimmick,
But it did. It fit his gimmick, yes, totally.
You had a Kane promo beforehand. It was very good. Different than their first go-around. Sick German suplex by Dominic, man. Sick. Just,
yeah.
Yeah. I got to know this because I may have skipped it. Did they show the spot where he caught him, where one of them got caught in the triangle on the floor? I don't know if they showed it or not. It may have been because the cameraman was out of touch, but I swear to God, in their first match, they had a spot where...
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, I think they missed it. I think they missed it, and they cut right after it, and I didn't really see what the move was.
There's a spot in their very first match where I believe Dominic jumped off the ropes, or Kane jumped off the top rope and got caught in a triangle.
Okay.
Basically, Undertaker's Hell's Gate, for those who are not initiated.
Yes.
Well, they did the same spot, only the person getting caught got caught on the floor. And it just made it so much better to me. And the crowd, I honestly think their first match was better. This match was different, though, in that their first match was kind of like kind of almost set up like a shoot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Very technical. This match was a straight up fight between these two. It was a straight up brawl, if you ask me, and it was damn good. I like the first match better, but in any time they do a rematch, and I think this is why Grant doesn't like putting on rematches, from what I've heard him say, is that it's very rarely do you have a rematch that's better than the first encounter. And that was the case here.
That's true. Yeah, I'll go with that.
You know, I like the fact that they're building, the story between these two. I like it, and Dominic got the win this time. As opposed to last time when, so these two are 1-for-1. Are they going to give us a rubber match? I would like to see it. And
I would say yeah.
Here's what I want to see. No ropes.
No ropes?
No ropes with these two.
I don't know about that, Joe.
No? No ropes? Or set it up like, it makes it kind of like, the old, I don't know. I don't know what you could do with these two for a rubber match. Submission match, maybe? No rope submission match?
Submission match would work, I think.
With no ropes? Or do you put the ropes in there?
You really don't want those ropes, Joe, do you?
Not with these two, I don't, kind of. Honestly, I think you do it like no ropes. Maybe even have a guy come out and sweep the ring before the match. Kind of have it set up looking like the old blood sport thing,
I see where you're going. Okay.
With these two, it fits, I think.
The CWF have a cage.
They've been known to do cage matches.
How about a cage match?
You could do a cage match with these two.
Submission in a cage.
Submission match in a cage? Yeah.
I'd buy that.
Or even just a normal cage match between these two.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it. I'll go with it.
No rope cage match?
No rope cage match. Now we're talking.
How can you put cage up without ropes?
Grant, that's on you.
Yeah. Come up with that one, Grant. Challenge. Anyway, we had a FTD flowers ad. So, Jeff.
Yes.
After the shitty week you've had, people send flowers to Jeff.
Yes, please.
He needs to smell some roses after the shit he's been through this week.
That's right.
CL Party Trevor Lee promo here.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Richards. I put Lee comes off as a heel. And to me, Grant goes, because stacking gimmicks always makes a match better. Between these two, it would. There's validity in my insanity here.
There you go.
To me, in this promo and in the promo that I'm going to mention after this here, because we're going to skip forward a little, and I haven't seen the Chapel Hill match, so I don't know what Trevor Lee promos may or may not be on that show. But ever since the Nick Richards Trevor Lee thing has been boiling,
mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, man, Lee comes off as the heel. I know they're setting it up to be babyface versus babyface, but to me, Trevor Lee has been coming off as a cocky, arrogant prick in these promos, kind of. Like, almost as if he's brushing off Lee, or brushing off Nick Richards here.
I wouldn't go that far, but I guess I could see him leaning to that. Maybe he'll play like that angry heel role. I mean, this is 1987, by the way. So maybe Trevor was just irritable back in 87. You know?
Well, even on the promo that they release on YouTube, that I'll talk about in a second, he comes off as a heel. If I had to say this, to me, this is not babyface versus babyface here. It's a heel Trevor Lee.
Maybe Trevor's getting pissed, Joe. You know, he's hearing it, man.
Maybe.
Oh, the title reign. Oh, who's going to end the title reign? You know, maybe that's enough to piss him off a little bit.
Hell, the only thing I've heard about is who's going to take the title off of me. Not amazing match, Trevor. Good match, Trevor. It's who are you going to line up for me next to take the belt off Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it too.
Instead of looking at where I'm at now, you're looking ahead of me and to find out who's taking the title off me.
You're overlooking the greatest champion ever.
Or maybe Trevor and Nick legit don't like each other. I don't get that. I don't get the sense that Nick hates Trevor Lee. The only sense that I get from Nick is, I won the goddamn Weaver Cup. It's my time to shine. And yes, it's been building between me and Trevor, but Trevor just happens to be the one with the belt around his fucking waist.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it was Trevor Lee or fucking Ethan R. Alexander Sharp. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Which we got no Ethan this week.
No
sis. Kind of sad about that.
No cis. Yeah, I have a little bit of a cis withdrawal right now. Yeah.
And Stutz and Scott giving you the rundown of everything during the intermission. I guess this is when they were taking intermission, or it was after the match was over. They cut a post promo, and we had credits at the end. I want to know who Pops Winkle and Danny Winkle are. I wrote down their names from the credits here. So if anybody can tell me who Pops Winkle is, only in the South, folks, will you see credits for the Pops Winkle.
Yeah.
Is he the guy serving the deep fried Kool-Aid that I have to find now at these shows? I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's a legend down there.
yeah, he's probably. Oh man, I have never heard the legend of Pops Winkle, but if they name it, you know, they build everything you see. Okay, so the stage, okay, they're the real magic men here. We see how it is, Grant.
Mm-hmm.
So from now on, I'll go up and say hi to Pops Winkle instead of you.
There you go.
Yeah, but that was your CWF Saturday night. It was, you know, the match between him and Kane and Dom. Good main event. I can't really, you know. I'm curious to see now that they're one win apiece. You got to have a rubber match between these two.
Yeah, I think so.
So it was, you know. Hell, I'd even like to see if you team up. Hell, team up Trevor and Kane against Roy or against Nick Richards and Dominic maybe for a match or something, you know? Or is that too WWE style? Maybe it's too WWE style. I don't know, but
do they do that often though?
No,
because I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, they have upcoming, you know. What they have upcoming, we've already been spoiled on that, but
right
with Trevor and Chip, but I don't know. They got to have a rubber match between these two. Maybe they stall it out until, you know, the Weaver Cup. I don't know. Maybe the Weaver Cup comes down to those two in the finals, because they got that big tournament coming up in the summer. But I thought this episode, man, this was one of the best episodes of CWF Worldwide I've seen. And I have 2 more to sit through tomorrow. So it's going to take a lot to top these two 80s night episodes. And any final thoughts here on the CWF Saturday night show?
Good show, good matches, good characters, logic, kayfabe with the announcers, the fact that it was aired on Saturday night or dropped on Saturday night on YouTube.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just awesome.
I wish I would have been up to see it. I wish I would have watched it live, but I didn't.
I'll say this. When I did watch it, I think I watched it Sunday. Whatever day it was, I did watch it at 11:30 at night. So
Nice.
Yes.
But there you have it, folks. One thing I do want to make reference to here. And they've released it on YouTube ahead of time, so it's not really spoiling anything. I want to get the date right here. Absolute Justice is coming. And I believe that's on the 24th of June. So in 2 weeks from Saturday. Grant Sawyer says, had a heart attack on a weekday, made the show on Saturday. Is that Pops Winkle? Or is that Grant? Did Grant have a heart attack? If he did, goddamn.
Someone had a legit heart attack?
I don't know. Grant's got to fill us in now. You can't just throw that out there and not, reference who it exactly it was. Because Grant's on a bit of a delay. So the chat is on a bit of a delay. If Pops Winkle had a heart attack, goddamn, they need to call that, Pops. Then that should be called the Pops Winkle Sportatorium then, goddammit. It's the house that Pops built.
That's right. Literally.
Literally. Kudos to Pops, man.
Yeah. Take it easy, Pops. Don't overwork.
Jeez, it's just the Sportatorium. Fuck. Wanted to make sure that Kernodle suite was ready for you guys. Goddamn, pal.
Right.
Poor Pops, man. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
But Trevor Lee cut a bit of a promo on Richards, talking about how, he came off again as a heel. And the bottom line is this match at Absolute Justice between Trevor Lee and Nick Richards, no time limit, no DQ. Ooh, that's going to be good. Are we going to see, fucking Nick Richards, dude, can get fucking... He can tap into his inner Cactus Jack when he wants to. Let me just say that.
Well, let me just say the show you're going to watch. Nick Richards versus the Ace. And they were all over that gymnasium with the chairs. And, oh, my God. Yes, he can tap into his inner Cactus Jack.
I mean... So
I'm just gonna spoil it on you, White. The next CWF Mid-Atlantic you're gonna watch is a damn good show.
Oh, I might have to. I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow morning and watch it before work.
And I will tease that there is an ad in there that you may really like.
Oh, if it's the Young Bucks ad, I'm gonna fast forward through it. Or is it for Mecha Mercenaries' brand new fried Kool-Aid batter?
Better, White.
Oh.
Better.
Oh, is it the Pins ad? The Pins are
Might
returning?
be. The Pins might be back.
Oh, shit, yeah, son. Hashtag Pins. Oh, yeah.
Hashtag Pins, baby.
CL Pins, baby. Speaking of the Pins.
Yes.
You might take the cup, Richard, or Edwards. I don't know.
Oh, the Pens?
The Pins.
Yeah, let's hope not. They lost, the last game?
Good.
Right?
Good.
Yeah. I think it's 2-2 right now, so...
Anything else before we get out of here?
No. Glad to be back, White.
Me
We'll
too.
do it again tomorrow.
Me too. We'll do it again tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Or actually about 10:30. We'll say 10:30.
Okay.
Because I got to watch that episode right as I get off work with this fucking schedule. Me working 1 to 9:30 every Wednesday, man. I hate it. But
Right.
Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for us here. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Pillar to Post. Edwards, where can they follow you now?
At Blading for Truth.
And they can also check us out on iTunes, Spreaker. You can check us out on YouTube here. This week on, I got to tell you this quick story here before we go. I had a caller call to book a hotel, Japanese guy.
Okay.
He said, I have a reservation in I believe it was San Diego. And E3, the big video game convention, is taking place next week.
Is that next week already?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oof. And I noticed that on this guy's reservation, he had a corporate rate through Sony.
Oh, no way.
And I asked him, I says, are you going there for E3? He goes, oh, that's next week. This is just preparation. And I told him, I was like, dude, I said, I'm gonna break protocol here. I says, I am a proud PlayStation 4 owner. Thank you for all your hard work. And this dude, he was like, you're welcome, sir.
That's awesome.
So coming up this week, I said I had to cut back on the live videos, and I do have to. So in the mornings, you may get live updates from me on the goings-on of E3 over the weekend, and it's going to be a big one, man. I think this year's E3 won't be as big as previous years, but it's going to be a lot of stuff that, The Last of Us 2, Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be there.
That's it. That's all you need to say, man. Those two games right there.
And, another one, the Golf Club 2. It's debuting. You may even get some golf videos out of me here in the future.
I hope. White approaching ninth.
White approaching
ninth hole.
He swings.
White's using a
fucking fell in the goddamn sand, motherfucker. Look at him hacking away, White. Look at White hacking away in the sand.
That's going to be fun.
Get in your golf cart and drive away, White. Just drive away.
Lucky dog.
Lucky dog, Joe White. Lucky dog, take a mulligan. Take a fucking mulligan.
Take your
White.
mulligan, White.
Look at White. Not only is he taking his stroke, he's having one too. Got to stop writing your material, Edwards.
Yeah,
God
you're
damn.
giving me ideas. I like it.
Reminded me of the old fucking the fucking Cedric the Entertainer deal about the golf. He's like, can you imagine, man? We got Tiger Woods. Can you imagine if they let real black people play golf? He'd be like, he's on his third tee, putting for par. Oh, you almost had that, nigga. And I'm quoting Cedric there, so I could say the word. Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway.
YouTube don't pull us.
YouTube don't pull us.
Yeah, something offensive.
Oh, gee. Fuck.
Guidelines.
The cracker said the N-word. There he goes.
Well, and then he said cracker on top of it.
I like crackers.
I love crackers.
You get the saltines, the Ritz crackers, a little peanut butter in there.
A little cheese, a little pepperoni.
Goes good with the deep fried Kool-Aid.
I imagine it does.
Oh, that's it for us. We're getting out of here.
All right, we're out.
All right, folks. Oh, man. We'll see you tomorrow night.